This is a measuring device, but so is this. I made a mistake today. I'm Will, Piked Antler Survival School, teaching a bit on navigation today in the college course. Had a mental stump, and I was just, after class, I was like, what is going on? I realized I made an error. One small little error. And if you're not taking the college class, I would know, and you would know too. This is still good information for navigation. And I'm throwing something at you that I've never read in a book, never found. This is just countless hours figuring out different ways to approach different things and how to navigate with different skills, like your hand. But here's the thing, this is a measuring device, but so is this, okay? If you're not familiar with this, well, that's all right, because as far as I know, I'm the first one to talk about it. And if not, if you have some content that follows this and what I'm about to say, by all means send it to me, because I'm curious to learn what someone else has learned. So here we go. We're gonna use a mirror because that's the only thing that's really gonna work, I think. Yes, okay, great. So now we're gonna pretend this is our horizon. We're in Utah, somewhere flat, or Florida. This is the horizon. When you're just looking out on the world, on the flat ground, this is the horizon, like if you look straight ahead, forever and ever and ever, you're looking at the horizon. Okay, so here's the first thing we need to know. We need to refresh this. Solar noon. All right, let's bust the myth. This is very important. The sun is not south at noon. It's in the books, it's on survival channels, it's bullshit, right? The sun is only south at noon, kind of a few days out of the year. The sun is southmost at solar noon. So what that means is if the sun rises at 6 a.m. and sun sets at 8 p.m., that's a difference of 14 hours. Half of that is 7. So that means 7 hours after 6 a.m. or 7 hours before 8 p.m. would be 1 p.m. At 1 p.m., the sun is going to be southmost, not noon, because noon's going to be over here now. So at 1 p.m. on this day, sunset and sunrise is not the same every single day, so it changes daily. At 1 p.m., the sun will be south, okay? What I was telling everyone today is using the rules, the 4 fingers. So every finger generally is worth 15 minutes. So what I would do is something like this. We'll use this. Let's go ahead and do it. If I were looking up in the sky, I could put my fingers up there like so. I could say the sun, the distance between the bottom of the sun and the horizon is 3 fingers. Each finger is worth 15 minutes. That means sunset is in 45 minutes. 15 times 3 is 45. What we were doing today was a little different. Solar noon was at 1:30 p.m. 1:30, we'll write that right here. 1:30 p.m. To make it easier, sometimes math is easier, sometimes we'll do military time, 13:30. At 3:30, we looked at the sun. Here's where the error took place. This is not synonymous. I can't use the sunset timing with my hands the same way laterally. It only works vertically, all right? At certain angles we can use it, certain angles we can't. So what I was telling the class, which is very correct, minus one detail, which made it completely wrong, I get that, I own that, was that if we did our 4 fingers, and it's 3:30 in the afternoon, that's 2 hours later, right? So this is 1 hour, 1 hour, 2 hours. So I said, put your hand up, measure the distance here and here. Since it's 2 hours past solar noon, right here, where my hand is, it should be south. But south was way, way farther over. This works fine. Use this. But it's not your 4 fingers. It's a wide thumb. Kind of like you're gonna, I don't know, side frog someone, right? It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. Just like that. You tuck your thumb like that and use this as your measuring device. This will help you measure the distance and time up in the sky with the sun moving left to right, east to west. That's the missing link. It's not the 4 fingers. It's here. So let me give you an example. Let me actually show you. Currently, 5:08 p.m. So what's the difference between 5:08 p.m.? We're not going exactly. Just say 5 p.m. Solar noon was at 1:30. That's the difference, what, 3.5 hours? 5, 4, yeah, 3.5 hours. 2:30, 3:30, 4:30, 3. Just got to make sure it's right. Difference of 3.5 hours. So that means I would have 1, 2, 3, and then roughly half of a fist. So what I'm going to do, hopefully you can see the sun. I can see the sun through the trees right there. So I'm going to make my fist with my thumb protruding out. I'm going to put the right side of my hand just touching the sun and hold it. And that's 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, then roughly 3.5. So this should be my south facing direction. Okay, I'm going to draw a line right here on the earth, south direction. And now I'm just going to double check the work so you can see how effective this is. I'm going to make sure, because I know someone out there might be like, oh, you turn the camera off. Here we go. I don't want to put the compass on the ground, but we're just going to do this. We'll use the, there we go. I'm trying to line my compass up with the line the best I can and orient it so you can see it. It's pretty damn close to south. We're at 185 degrees. Oop, there we go. Let's say 190. So pretty damn close enough to find a road that we know is south of us. Now you know you can use your hand to measure time left and right, east and west, like this. You're basically trying to make the distance from the peak of your thumb to the width of your hand as wide as possible. And notice I'm not relaxing. I notice when I squeeze, it just adds a nice little tiny bit of distance. So you're really trying to make this as wide as possible. And this works for me. You got to find out what your hand is worth when it comes to time and distance and all the good stuff. But this works for me. This is 1 hour lateral, 1 hour vertical. Stay alive as long as you can. Bye.